Hello everyone, today I want to share the rule of threes. Now, when I was in high school, my English teachers taught me this rule. The rule is, you have to provide enough support for your thoughts, for your ideas and opinions by giving three details, three examples, or three reasons. And this is how you speak good English. So what is the first part of this rule in order to speak good English? The first part is the three details part. The first part of this rule focuses on the important details of the topic, of the subject, or a person you are discussing. In other words, you want to help your listener visualize what you are talking. Now, what does this look like in a real situation? Here we go. I want you to imagine that someone is talking about food, and they ask you, what is your favorite food? Now, your response could be, my favorite food is sushi. My favorite food is Indian. But for this example, we'll say sushi. So let's say your answer was sushi. My favorite food is sushi, but we want to speak good English. So we give three details. Detail number one, fresh, high-quality fish detail. Number two, perfectly seasoned rice and detail. Number three, artful presentation on the plate. Now we have your simple response of my favorite food is sushi. And then we're adding three details that will make this an amazing response. Now before we get there, my name is Tiffany, also known as Teacher Tiffany, and I love helping you and other English learners speak English with confidence. So are you ready to see the response with the details? Well, then let's jump right in. So here is what the response would look like with the three details added. My favorite food is sushi. It involves fresh, high-quality fish, perfectly seasoned rice, and an artful presentation on the plate that makes it visually appealing. Now that is an example of good English, right? Why? Simply because in this response, we have applied the rule of threes, and we have three specific details. Now, before we move on, I want to explain this word appealing. So I want you to repeat after me, appealing. Excellent. Now, what does this word appealing mean? It literally means attractive or interesting. In other words, pleasing in appearance. You want your food to look appetizing. You want your food to look juicy and tasty. You want your food to be appealing. And like the example response at the very end, it said, an artful presentation on the plate that makes it visually appealing. Makes sense, right? Excellent. All right. So we applied the first part of the rule of threes using three details, but remember this rule of threes has three parts in order to speak good English. Part number two involves three examples. Now the second part of this rule focuses on examples of the topic, the subject or person you are discussing. In other words, you want to help your listener understand more by giving them real-life example situations. So we're going to go right back to the topic we discussed earlier. Again, the topic being food. The question, what is your favorite food? The first simple response, my favorite food is sushi. But now, we're going to give 3 examples to make it a better response example. Number 1. Enjoying a variety of sushi rolls at a local Japanese restaurant. Example number 2. Learning to make sushi at home with friends. And example number 3. Trying unique sushi combinations during travels to different countries. Now, remember this simple rule of threes can transform your English to make you start speaking well. In other words, good English. So now applying these 3 examples to our simple response, what will happen? Here is the response. Now, including the 3 examples, my favorite food is sushi. For example, I love enjoying a variety of sushi rolls at my local Japanese restaurant, where I can taste different flavors and textures. I've also started learning to make sushi at home with friends, which has been a fun and rewarding experience. Additionally, when I travel to different countries, I always make it a point to try unique sushi combinations, which allows me to appreciate the diverse interpretations of this culinary art form. Listen, when I say this lesson, this rule of threes is the key to helping you finally speak good English. I am not lying to you. We literally transform this response simply by adding 3 examples, 3 real-life situations connected to the simple response of my favorite food is sushi. Now within this response, there were 2 words that I want to actually kind of dive into 2 words that I used, and I want to explain them to you. The first one is after me, appreciate. Excellent. Again, appreciate. Very good. Now this word appreciate, it just means to recognize the full worth of something, or to understand and enjoy the good qualities of someone or something. I appreciate you. True, why you're taking the time to watch this lesson. You're giving me the honor of being your English teacher. I appreciate you. I recognize your worth. You got it? Excellent. All right. Now check out the other word at the very end. I said culinary. Good. One more time after me, culinary. Excellent. Now this word culinary just refers to cooking or the kitchen. Cooking or the kitchen. So once again, I'm going to read the last sentence of our response. Additionally, when I traveled to different countries, I always make it a point to try unique sushi combinations, which allows me to appreciate the diverse interpretations of this culinary art form. You got it. Excellent. And again, all we did, we added 3 examples, real-life situations connected to our response of my favorite food is sushi. But the rule of threes is not done because there is a third part. The third part of this rule is 3 reasons. Now the third part of this rule focuses on giving specific reasons for your ideas on the topic, the subject, or the person you are discussing. In other words, you want to help your listener understand your thought process and how you developed your idea. So going back to our topic of food, going back to our answer, my favorite food is sushi. Now we're going to give reasons for our response. Again, my favorite food is sushi. Reason number one, it offers a perfect balance of flavors and textures. Reason number two, sushi is a healthy and nutritious meal option. And reason number three, the cultural experience and artistry involved in sushi making. These are the three reasons why this individual says that sushi is his or her favorite food. Now, when we combine the simple response, my favorite food is sushi, with the three reasons, check out the response. Now, of a good English response. Here we go. My favorite food is sushi. The first reason I love sushi is because it offers a perfect balance of flavors and textures, from the soft rice to the fresh fish and crunchy vegetables. Secondly, sushi is a healthy and nutritious meal option, packed with omega-3 fatty acids and other essential nutrients. Now, we're expanding a bit. Lastly, I appreciate the cultural experience and artistry involved in sushi making, which makes eating it not just a meal, but an immersive culinary journey. You see what happened, right? We had the three reasons, and it enabled the individual giving this response to kind of expound and give a little bit more information. Now, in this response, again, applying the third part of our rule of threes, there were three words, three brand new words, and I want to explain these words to you. The first word was nutritious. Good again, nutritious. Excellent. Now, this term nutritious just means containing substances necessary for growth, health, and good condition. You need to eat good food, like a parent telling his or her child, hey, you have to eat all your greens, eat all your vegetables, you want to grow strong, nutritious. Next, we have this word, essential. Good again. Essential. Excellent. Now, this term essential just means absolutely necessary, extremely important, or fundamental, or central to the nature of something or someone. In English, we say this thing or this person is essential. We have to have them. We have to have it. Makes sense. Excellent. All right. And the last word I want to break down is immersive. Good again. Immersive. Excellent. Now, this means providing, involving, or characterized by deep absorption or immersion in something such as an activity or a real or artificial environment. Immersive, you're completely in something or completely involved something. It consumes your thoughts and ideas in English. We say immersive. You got it. All right. I'm going to read the last two sentences one more time so that you can hear the words used again. Here we go. Secondly, sushi is a healthy and nutritious meal option packed with omega-3 fatty acids and other essential nutrients. Lastly, I appreciate the cultural experience and artistry involved in sushi making, which makes eating it not just a meal, but an immersive culinary journey. You got it. Excellent. All right. Now, again, this simple rule of threes, three details, three examples, three reasons can transform your English. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I'll talk to you in the next one. You still there? You know what time it is. It's story time. Hey, I said, it's story time. All right, so today I want to tell you about one of my favorite foods and an experience I had. Now, earlier, again, the topic was food and what your favorite food is. You know, now that my favorite food is Indian food, right? But my second favorite top three Indian, Mexican, Thai, I want to tell you about Mexican food. So I have a very specific palate, right? I know good Mexican food. So I actually was born in Arizona and we actually were around some Mexicans. So my mum learned how to make authentic Mexican food. So I love Mexican food. And I can eat Taco Bell, no problem. But when I taste authentic food, oh my goodness. So one day I was at home and I was really craving Mexican food. So I picked up my phone and I decided to go on Google, right? Because usually Google reviews are trustworthy. So I typed in Mexican food near me, right? And a list of different restaurants popped up. But one restaurant caught my attention because it had over 1,000 reviews, and the reviews were about 4.5 stars and higher. Now that is not common. So I said, oh wow, this Mexican restaurant is about to be absolutely amazing. But then I said, wait a minute. And when I looked at the pictures, I said, is this a gas station? I said, no, there's no way in the world. This is a gas station and a Mexican restaurant. But then I looked at the reviews and they were all so high. They were like authentic Mexican food, the best Mexican food in this part of the area. I said, okay, I said, let me give it a try. So it was only about 5 minutes from where I live. So I drive, and yes, it was a gas station. I said, all right, Lord, I'm hungry. I want them on some authentic Mexican food, and I am pulled up to a gas station. So the way the gas station was set up, the right side was the gas station, and the left side was the Mexican restaurant. I said, I'm going to give it a try. I opened the door, and I walked in, and all I heard was Spanish. I said, okay, okay, this is looking good. Why do I say that? When you want authentic food, you want the people of that country to be the ones making the food. And when I heard Spanish, I didn't hear any English. There's a Spanish everywhere. I said, this is about to be delicious. So I walk up to the front and I looked at the lady and she looked at me and then she looked at the other lady and called the other lady over because the other lady spoke a little bit of English. I said, oh, this is about to be amazing. So the other lady, and again, I'm an English teacher, so I recognize the look when someone's uncomfortable because of English. And I also know how to speak slower in time, at times, to make sure the person is understanding. And I can use lots of body language, right? So I ordered a burrito and she said, okay, that'll be $6. I said, excuse me. She said, that'll be $6. I said, wait a minute. So I gave my card paid my $6. I didn't know what to expect, but again, I just heard Spanish all around me, music, the smells of the fragrant, everything was smelling good. The aroma's amazing. So she said, "Okay, man." Maybe 15 minutes later, she hands me a bag. Now I ordered a burrito. The bag that I got had some weight to it. I said, "What had a bag of chips, had some salsa, and the burrito?" I am not even kidding you. The burrito was this big. The burrito was huge. I said, "This is me." She said, "Yeah, here you go." I said, "Gracias, gracias." So I get home. I still don't know how the burrito tastes, right? I said, "Okay, it's smelling good. Smelling good. Not going to lie to you. I got in the car, opened the bag of chips. I dipped it in the salsa. I said, 'Oh, heaven delicious.' So I get home. I get my plate out of my mouth. I'm salivating already. I was very hungry, and I opened up the four. I opened the foil that was wrapping up the burrito, and I take a knife out. It was huge. I couldn't eat the whole thing, so I cut it in half. I cut it in half, and it was still this big, right? I cut it in half, and I looked at it. There was guacamole. There were onions there. I made beans. It had at least 9 or 10 different ingredients in this one burrito. It wasn't just beans. I said, "Oh my goodness." Then I proceeded to put the burrito. Listen, even right now, my mouth, I bit the burrito. And if you know me well, you know what happened next. What happened next? Yes, I got the little shimmy. I said, "Oh yeah, the best burrito. The best $6 burrito from a gas station restaurant." I wasn't in heaven, so I punish means I killed. I ate all of that burrito, half of it. I couldn't eat the other half. It was too much. And I ate the chips and salsa. And since then, it has been my go-to restaurant at the gas station. Whenever I want authentic Mexican food. And every time a friend comes in town, I said, "Do you like Mexican food?" They're like, "Yeah." I said, "I have a spot. Just trust me." 'Cause when I pull up to a gas station, they'd look at me with the side. I liked if we're at a gas station until they tasted. So needless to say, as you can tell by my body language, I liked the Mexican food that was served to me at the gas station restaurant. What's the message? The message is sometimes you will be surprised. Don't judge a book by its cover. You never know what's coming. All right, I'll talk to you in the next video.